Support this podcast via our Patreon and get more writerly goodness. Visit patreon.com/nanocast to join up.
Welcome to NaNoWriMo Every Month. My name is J. Daniel Sawyer. I'm the author of some 20 books, 34 short stories, and numerous articles and other things, and I am your guide on this journey to use NaNoWriMo to level up to professional output levels. Welcome to The Questions, Episode 39. Sgt Mike asks, how do you prepare your taxes as a full-time writer? A post about how that works would be great. Well, how about an episode about how that works? The short answer to this is get yourself a CPA, and a CPA who knows freelance tax law. As a writer who is deriving income from his writing and doing writing as a business, you qualify for a whole lot of very cool deductions. On the other hand, you're also responsible for self-employment tax. And if you're making enough money, meaning enough money that you can't cover it all and you're actually showing a profit, you have to be filing quarterly. And basically the first year you file that you have to pay taxes, you have to file quarterly. The next year you don't have a choice. But the first year you file that you have to pay taxes, you will usually have to pay penalties on late taxes if any of those taxes would have been due earlier if you were filing quarterly. So you need a tax professional, and not H&R Block, not TurboTax. There's intricacies in tax law when you're a self-employed business person that don't exist when you're an employee. Intricacies that can make a difference of thousands of dollars in your tax bills, one way or the other. There are intricacies that can work in your favor, and there's some big blunt forces that can work against you. You want to be working with someone who knows the difference. Now, a good CPA will cost you about $500 to do your taxes, and that's in a small market like rural Oregon where I live. It can be higher in a big city. However, that $500 can easily save you thousands of dollars in penalties and interest payments you incur if you do things wrong, and in the size of your return if you do things right. So get yourself a tax professional, and you wouldn't go amiss to get the NoLo Press book on tax preparation for small businesses. Some other basic tips: you want to keep all your receipts. There's a shitload of stuff that's deductible for a writer that isn't deductible for any other profession. There's also some stuff that's not. Keep all your receipts, make notes of what those things were for, so that your accountant can know what he can justify taking as a deduction and what he can't. Get the NoLo Press book. It is the best resource I know, particularly if you're insane and decide you want to go try to do your taxes yourself. If you do your taxes yourself as a small business person, as a freelancer, be sure to have that book on hand, and don't use TurboTax, because TurboTax is designed specifically for employees, and it asks questions about deductions worded in such a way that you can misconstrue what they mean, and you can wind up taking deductions that you're not legally entitled to, which will seriously bite you on the ass if you're audited. I know it's not a fun topic, and it's not an uplifting answer, but it's the best I got. It's the one big downside to being your own boss. And it's worth it getting professional help, at least in the form of a book, and preferably both in the form of a book and in the form of a subcontractor who knows this shit backwards and forwards and has some incentive to do it right, and an oversight body that will allow you to hold them accountable if they do it wrong. Well, it's a timely question because we are getting into tax season, so thanks for sending it in, Sarge, and I'll see you tomorrow. NaNoWriMo Every Month is written and presented by J. Daniel Sawyer and produced by Artistic Whispers Productions. Visit our website at NaNoWriMoEveryMonth.com and leave a tip in the tip jar or join the Patreon to support this podcast. NaNoWriMo Every Month is copyright 2016 by J. Daniel Sawyer and Artistic Whispers Productions and is released under a Creative Commons Non-Commercial Attribution No Derivatives license.